Today we're going to be featuring a rare, vintage Enter the Dragon item or two, and it's coming right up. Hey guys, Charles Damiano back from the Bruce Lee collection for another exciting episode. And today I'm here with my buddy, once again, Hector Martinez.
Johnny!
Thank you for inviting me, man. I have some rare Enter the Dragon items that we're going to share with the gang today. We're going to feature them on the channel, and I'm very excited because, as you know, Enter the Dragon is my favorite Bruce Lee movie of all time.
That's the that's like the revelation of the year.
So I can't wait to see these items because I love anything that has to do with Enter the Dragon. So what do you have in store for us today, man?
Charlie, you know, I first saw Enter the Dragon at the Lois Delancey Theater on Delancey Street on the Lower East Side of Manhattan.
Our old hood.
Our old hood. But I enjoyed it most in Chinatown. There was a theater, of course, you've been there. It's called the Sunset Theater.
Oh, it's classic.
It used to be in Chinatown back in the 80s. It closed down like maybe mid-80s, late 80s.
But it's still standing there, right? You can go...
No,
they changed it.
It's actually a mall.
Oh, I think when we did that video on the when we did the Chinatown video, it was gone, right?
They demolished the whole theater, and then they built a mall, which I heard through the grapevine that's going to be shutting down pretty soon as well.
Oh wow, maybe they'll bring back the Sun Sing Theater.
Hey, I'm ready to see Enter the Dragon again. But Charlie, these are flyers that the Chinatown theaters would give to accompany the patrons when they went to see the films.
Oh man!
And it's got a short synopsis of the movie, a few photos, and the original poster art.
Yeah, look at that. That's beautiful. So they would give these out to the people who went to see the movie.
Yeah, the minute
you were entering in,
right,
this was a gift item.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct. You bought your ticket outside. You walked in and you gave your ticket to the ticket holder, and then next on a table they'd had stacks of these things.
And they would hand them to you.
And they'd hand them to you folded. So
look at that. Wow, this is a beauty. So that's an original flyer from when, 1970?
This is actually 74.
Wow.
Yeah, 1974. This is from the original Sun Sing Theater, which was once located at 75 East Broadway.
Exactly.
In New York's Chinatown.
Wow, and it comes with the original movie poster that came out of Hong Kong.
It's got the artwork and...
you got a couple nice classic scenes there of Bruce.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a beauty, man.
It was actually playing with another movie called Adventure in Denmark.
Look at that.
Which I saw.
Unfortunately, we had to sit through these double features when we went to see the Bruce movies back in the day.
Hey, listen, we had to pay the price, but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
So this is the original flyer from the Sun Sing Theater for Enter the Dragon.
I remember when I saw Enter the Dragon, it was at the Academy of Music.
The Academy of Music.
14th Street.
Yeah.
3rd and 4th at the time, and I had to sit through when Cotton Comes to Harlem in order to see Enter the Dragon twice back in 1973. So
those are the blaxploitation films.
Oh man, that was great. You've been to that theater, right?
Yeah.
Music?
Yeah, I went to see. I went to the Academy of Music, Charlie, with my mother when I was a child. We're talking about the mid '60s.
Wow!
And I saw two horror films.
I bet I seen one. What are they?
With Peter Cushing. One was called the The Island of Terror.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yep.
I remember that.
And the other one was The Projected Man.
Oh, I didn't see.
It was about a guy that was some kind of experiment went haywire, went wrong, and he was filled with all these vaults of electricity, and he would actually kill his victims just by putting his electrocute.
I love the horror movies back in the heyday, back in the late 60s,
back in the
early
60s.
70s. Yeah, those were great.
And then I saw the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
I mean, I saw like all 5 of them or 6 of them.
Same here. Love when those came out.
But then the 70s, I started seeing the Kung Fu films.
Yep. And that was the best era, man.
That was a great era.
So what's your second item you have here on Enter the Dragon?
Charlie, you know, Enter the Dragon is considered to be Bruce Lee's quintessential movie.
Absolutely.
Everybody that mentions Enter the Dragon or mentioned Bruce Lee, it's always Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon.
Yep.
So, hey, listen, I'm going to have to agree. It's the greatest martial arts movie ever made. It's not my favorite, but it's the quintessential Bruce Lee film and the greatest martial arts film.
And it's actually one of Warner Brothers' top 100 movies of all time.
Yes, the highest
grossing top 100 of all the movies that Warner Brothers put out. Enter the Dragon is in there with the best of them.
It's right up there with The Exorcist.
Absolutely. Jaws.
I mean, all these movies, you know, that Warner Brothers produced. Enter the Dragon is like Charlie said, in the top 100.
Top 100, yes.
Now, Charlie, Enter the Dragon, we did an episode on the VHS, right? But Enter the Dragon was also put out on Laserdisc. For those of you that don't know, Laserdisc is like a larger size of a DVD type format, but it's like a 12-inch disc, like a record album.
Yeah.
They weren't successful because they were big and they were bulky.
Right.
So they didn't stay in the market that long.
Like Beta, they disappeared really quickly.
They disappeared.
That's why they're so hard to come by now. If you can find one on Laserdisc,
Correct.
It's rare.
And I prefer the larger format because you get more Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
So, but before Laserdisc, Charlie, there was something called video disc. Video disc is an earlier format. And Japan actually put out a nice version of a video disc for Enter the Dragon.
And there it is. Let's show it to the gang.
There it is.
Bam, look at that.
Yeah.
What a beauty.
This is it's a
show them the back
Japanese version, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. So did you just pick this up? Did you just buy this from someone in Japan? Or you got this on eBay? Where'd you pick this up?
I actually got this from a Japanese seller.
Okay.
In Japan, and I bought this a few years ago. I mean, listen, we got Into the Dragon on VHS, on DVD.
Blu-ray, everything.
Blu-ray. But the artwork on this, I think it's superb.
Stunning. Look how beautiful it is. It pops at you. The colors, the vibrant yellows, the reds.
Yeah.
It's simply beautiful. Wow, man.
I love it.
That is a great piece.
You got John Saxon, Jim Kelly, Bruce Lee, and we've got Bob Wall. And
So let me ask you, are you going to add this? I know we did an episode of your Enter the Dragon most valued pieces, and the episode really did well because everyone loves Enter the Dragon. You have some classic pieces in the display case behind us. Are you going to add this to the display case with your vintage Enter the Dragon pieces?
It's a must.
It's a must.
Yeah, it belongs to the display case.
And this one has an Enter the Dragon theme, and he has some exciting pieces in here that I'm excited to share with you guys. So welcome back, and I want to welcome back Hector, and he's going to go over a few of these great items that he has in this second display case that he just put together.
And then down here in the back, we have the original soundtrack to Enter the Dragon, and this one is signed by Angela Mao, Jim Kelly, Bob Wall, and John Saxon.
Beautiful. You have almost the entire cast, which would make complete. Would be whose signature?
Oh, Bruce. Of course, man. Imagine finding a signed Bruce LP.
That's fantastic having those guys on there.
Thank you, brother. And then here, this one is pretty rare though. Actually.
Let's see. Pull that one out. Let's share that with the audience here.
This is an 8-track tape soundtrack to Enter the Dragon. This is from 1973. Remember 8-track?
Wow,
I mean, you know, when you just like boom,
boom, pop it in there.
And what makes it special is that it's still sealed.
So this was never opened.
No. This is
original 8-track. Wow, that's fantastic. So hard to find those sealed like that, brand new.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, I wouldn't do that.
And then what is this? Is this a cassette of the actual album?
This is this is a cassette of Enter the Dragon. This again came out in '73.
Let's see how that looks. Wow, look at that. Remember those when you had your big boom box and you used to put your cassette in there?
Put them in there and listen to Lalo
Schifrin of Enter the Dragon,
which was super funky, and it still is funky.
Yeah, it's a great.
So that's
great theme song.
Yep. The one in the back is very special as well. The one in the back I acquired from my friend Joe Dickerson, who's the guy that did the Bruce Lee bust.
That made you okay? That we displayed on another episode, right? The original bust from Chinese Connection,
right? And he actually went to Lalo Schifrin's house, and I had mailed him my album, and he had Lalo sign it for me. So he signed that. That's signed by Lalo Schifrin.
And he's the composer of.
He's the composer of Enter the Dragon. And he also did Bullet, Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Many others.
Wow.
Dirty Harry.
Beautiful.
Yep.
And that's the Japanese album he signed, or is
that's a Japanese version? Yeah, the Japanese version. Yep.
Beautiful.
He did that. So, and then this book was sent to me by Alex Ben Block himself. He was the one that wrote the very first biography on Bruce Lee.
Yeah, the Legend of Bruce Lee, the paperback. So he signed that for you?
So he signed it for me, and
let's see if you could show that. Yeah, there it is, the original Legend of Bruce Lee by Alex Ben Block.
Alex Ben Block.
And Hector has that signed.
And he signed it for me. So that's, bro, I'm telling you this. I remember having this as a 12-year-old.
Oh, me too.
You know, so it is a treat to finally get the author.
Well, remember when those came out? That was the only information we had on Bruce Lee at the time. That and the one that his wife wrote, right? The Man That I Only Knew.
Bruce Lee, the Man Only I Knew.
I Knew by Linda Lee, and that's all you had back then.
And then this is another one by Alex Ben Block. This was signed to somebody else, but I found this one on eBay.
Wow, nice.
So, before he sent me this one, I acquired that, and I said, man, I wish I could have a signed, and it happened.
So you have a signature on that one as well?
This one is there as well. He signed it in 1975.
Wow.
So,
And then what is this down here? This is a nice
this here is the Dragon. That's the original promotional T-shirt from Enter the Dragon. When the film was released in Grauman's Chinese Theater.
Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't
they put out a promotional T-shirt.
Wow, so they were giving out those T-shirts.
Those T-shirts, yep.
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco.
Theater. Look at that.
So this is from '73. Let me open this up here. '73, and again, the Hong Kong albums that we featured on our soundtrack special.
Is this new? Did anyone ever? Is that brand new? Still in the
never worn. Never worn. Yeah. So this is my favorite Enter the Dragon album.
That's the green cover.
The green cover. Yep.
I got mine in Chinatown back in the day.
And in Chinatown, right? Well, that's where I saw it. And then this here, Charlie. This is actually the original photo that was used in the New York Times. The Bruce Lee obituary when he passed.
I remember that. Yeah, that was.
I mean, Charlie, every time you pass by your case, and I'm sure I speak for other collectors as well, when you pass by your display cases at home, coming home from a difficult, stressful day at work, and you come home and you sit down to a cup of coffee and you look at your display case, I mean, it brings you pride, it brings you joy, and it brings you pleasure when you display these classic pieces.
That's what it's all about, man.
So they belong in the display case.
They really do. They really do.
They make you feel good.
And if any of you guys missed that episode, I'll add it to the link above. You can click on it and watch that episode that we did with Hector's classic and vintage Enter the Dragon pieces. And you have some great items in there. So this is well deserved to be going into that display case, man.
Thank you so much.
Well, this was a fun episode, man. I want to thank you once again for inviting me here.
Always a pleasure.
I love Enter the Dragon. I was excited when you told me you picked up 2 new pieces, and these are just vintage, man. I love them.
Thank you so much.
Guys, I want to thank you guys for joining us once again. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and we will see you guys next Friday.